For more than 45 years, the dynamic, horn-driven sounds of Earth, Wind & Fire has inspired generations. Tonight, the music world is mourning the loss of its leader, Maurice White. As a composer and the man who popularized the African thumb piano, many are saying we lost a musical genius. Byron Scott has the story.
They are the mighty elements of the universe: earth, wind, and fire. 9 talented musicians who could lay a groove like no other. Theirs was a seasoned mix of Afro-Cuban, R&B, gospel, folk art music.
Earth, Wind & Fire came out of a need.
On Wednesday night, their founder, leader, and visionary, Maurice White, passed away after a long bout with Parkinson's disease.
You can feel free to call me if you would like to hear an Earth, Wind & Fire song as well.
Phone lines were busy at WHUR's Triscina Gray in the Midday show as fans called in to share their memories of Maurice White.
Of course, the initial reaction is shock. And then the memories started just flowing, all the Earth, Wind & Fire memories. Anytime you have music that was created many years ago, and still when you hear it today, it feels brand new. You can always get something from it. That's genius.
White was born on December 19, 1941 in Memphis, Tennessee, the home of the blues. His plan was to become a medical doctor like his dad. That is, until he sat behind the drum set. Life was never the same.
So I had a chance to participate in all different types of music.
In the 1960s, he was a session drummer with Chess Records, where he played with Ramsey Lewis, Etta James, Muddy Waters, Buddy Guy, and Sonny Stitt, to name a few.
When you think of Earth, Wind & Fire, when you think of Maurice White, you think of music. You think of a legacy.
In 1969, White moved to LA and formed a band called the Salty Peppers, which had limited success. Earth, Wind & Fire, which was taken from White's astrological chart, was assembled in 1971. But with the exception of his brother, bassist Verdine White, the band members were switched out for younger cats, and that's when things really started to happen. The group has sold more than 90 million albums. Their hits include Kalimba Story, Reasons, and Get Away. They wrote the soundtrack for 2 movies, including the 1975 film That's the Way of the World, which featured the song that put them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000.
I remember when I went to my very first Earth, Wind & Fire concert, I remember exactly what I wore at that concert. I was a teenager, and the excitement was in the air. I mean, it's just amazing.
The band filled concert halls. These are pictures I took on July 16, 1976, at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. White stopped touring with the band in the mid-90s, but he continued to work behind the scenes, making sure the Earth, Wind & Fire sound maintained his guiding light.
Break it on down. All right, y'all. Right here, we're talking about groove personified.
Maurice White was 74 years old. Byron Scott, CTV News.